Alright y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today is the first day of 2023 that I'm going to get into my bees. So I'm going to check and see how they're doing. Unfortunately, I think I did have some pretty significant losses, so I will count and basically see how many hives I have. Alright, I was in a hurry, so I didn't really film a whole lot. I lost a lot of hives. I think I lost about 10. I think I have about 13 or 14 left. So, you know, it is what it is. So now I need to learn from my lessons, which are pretty much not to split so much, not to start over from square one so many times. I need to build up what I have and focus on what I have more before trying to make more bees. I may even not make queens this year. I may honestly just try to focus on what I have. I lost that one. I lost that one. I lost this one. I lost this one. Surprisingly, the pink one that was open, wide open in the ice storm, actually I did not lose. I lost the small nuke, and then those two are okay. I lost all of these hives except for this one. I lost this one. I lost that one. That one is fine. That one is fine. And I lost that one. So I lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over here. My Africanized hive is fine. I lost that one. I lost that one. The big box there is fine. The the triple deep that's got mostly blue is gone. And then the two next to it are okay. So I've lost a few over here as well. But this is the area where I have most of my good bees. And when you come and look, we're in a mid-February day here. They're actually bringing in pollen right now from some source. I'm not sure where, but hey, I'll take it. That's great. Now I'm going to be completely honest about something as far as the losses. Some of you are going to be like, well, you obviously lost them because you didn't treat. No. I'm going to tell you exactly why I lost them. My idea of treatment-free beekeeping, and really the idea of it in general, is rapid expansion. The idea is to have more hives than you need, go into winter with more bees than you need, to where you come out from winter with more bees than you need ultimately. So my biggest mistake, I'll tell you right now, was that I reproduced too many. I attempted to make as many nukes as I could with as minimal bees as possible. I did my queen grafting and was trying to pretty much make new hives with about 2 frames of bees. And unfortunately, those bees just didn't build up enough by the time summer was done and by the time they were going into fall, which at that point they're kind of trying to wrap up their season, and then it's winter, and they don't really have any option to continue to build up at that point. They have what's in their box, and they're in the winter at that point. So it is what it is. So in other words, what I'm getting at is the reason I lost a lot of those hives was because they were ones that I made this year, and they were too low of populations. The clusters were too small. They couldn't really stay warm. They just weren't good enough, and there weren't enough bees in each of those boxes. So what I need to focus on really is building what I have, getting all of my boxes to be this high. Then we can start talking about doing more splits. Then we can start talking about queen grafting and maybe selling nukes. But I learned how to do it. I'm able to do it. Unfortunately, I did it too intensely, and I kind of broke down all my good boxes, and I made I don't know how many I made last year. I think I made 15 or 20 new boxes worth of bees, which meant that all my good hives got depleted of their bees. And so I pretty much split too many times. I made way too many splits. I should not have broken them down so many times. And then when you make a batch of 45 queens, you feel bad letting any of them die. It's like, I've got all these nice looking queens that I made. I kind of want to make use of them, Queens are expensive, and I know I made them for free or whatever, but I feel bad. I don't want to kill a little insect, especially a queen that could have, the chance to build a giant population of bees over the next couple of years. So I'd have all these extra queens, and I was like, shoot, I need to make more splits. I need to actually be able to put these bees in boxes, and that's what I did. I should have just maybe tried to sell more, maybe not try to make so many for myself. But by doing so, I split too many of my bees, and that caused me to go into winter with too small of hives. Those too small of hives pretty much just couldn't handle it, and I had too gnarly of a winter for them to get through, whether that be the population of them as far as their cluster, or whether that mean their food storage. I also made the mistake of not getting into my bees from the time that I harvest honey and beyond. I didn't check them all throughout the end of summer, and I didn't give them a fall inspection. That was a big mistake, because I probably could have gotten in there and decided which one of these can I go ahead and combine and try to build the population together of, like, say you put 3 hives together in a single box, choose the best queen, close them up, and now you have a good single deep. I didn't do that. Unfortunately, I had 10 frame deeps with like 2 or 3 frames of bees inside there, and it just wasn't good enough. So don't make the mistakes I did. Luckily, I was able to teach myself what to do and how to do it. I just overdid it, and I'm not going to sit here and believe that it was from varroa mites. I've never really had varroa losses. I have had losses from boxes that don't have good enough populations, and I think that's kind of where we're at. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to try to build up my entire operation bigger this year, as far as on the individual hive basis, as on the individual colony basis. Try to get them as tall as possible, producing as much honey as possible, producing as many bees as possible, and then maybe the following year we can talk about splitting those and doing a lot more queens or something like that. So don't make the mistakes I made, but at least I can kind of admit to what I did and show y'all what not to do. So
it helps the speaker lead his audience into the scene he described by creating an imaginary picture. Usually it's something that moves.
let's analyze this bottom cover. I didn't shake anything off. I just took the box off of it because I did notice some dead bees. Hey, look, you know what? There's the queen. There she is. So that is one of my queens, actually, because it's marked. So I did not realize that, I guess. So this is one of the ones I put my queen in there. So let's look and see, you know, what can we find? Do we see any varroa? Yeah, I think I do. I'm just kind of like trying to see if I can see what I'm seeing with my eyes on the camera. Oh, here it is. Here's what I was trying to zoom into. I believe that is a mite right there. So really, I was kind of just trying to also show how there just weren't a whole lot of bees, you know? Like, this just isn't enough. Like, if you had a hive that died from varroa mites that was a good hive, I mean, it would be a mountain of dead bees inside of there if they died because of an issue. These died because they just didn't have enough help with one another to help keep them alive. And here's my poor little queen. Here she is. She also doesn't look that big. I don't know, something could be up with that, but anyway, all right, I'm gonna keep looking around with my naked eye here to see if I see any mites. If I do, I'll zoom into some with my phone here and see if we can see how many, roughly. All right, this one is gonna be bad. It is really bad looking in there. So, so far, I actually can't even get the inner cover off. So I'm gonna try to pry it with my tool. My gosh, this is not what y'all want. Don't let this happen to you guys. It's literally stuck to the point I'm lifting the box. Oh my gosh. And fire ants have gotten in here and are starting to do stuff because of the amount of larvae, like little meaty larvae that the fire ants like. All these brown specks are the wax moth's larvae. And here are their nasty cocoons again, which are ruining everything. Oh, ew, 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 ew. Oh. That did not just happen. Oh, I hate every bit of this. This one's really bad. I'm so upset right now. Like with myself, basically. I had the chance to prevent this, and I get lazy about midsummer. Oh. So not only do you get their cocoons that affect the wood, when they actually eat the wax, this is what they leave behind. Let's see if I can get this out of here. So this was comb right here. See, you can see where it was, and then you can see where it no longer is. They've eaten all of the comb out of the center. Their droppings are what they leave behind, along with their silky web things. And that is just a real unfortunate event. Oh yeah, and here's a good reminder for you, those of you that don't want to pay for bee removals. You want to get a free bee removal? Well, guess what? Or you want to have an exterminator come and kill bees in the wall of your house because it's way cheaper than having a beekeeper come and remove it. Look at what's going to be in the walls of your house. This will eventually rot your wood. It will bring in pests, it will bring in ants, and it is not something you want in your home. Do not exterminate bees in your walls. Well, at least it's kind of staying together like a blanket. Ugh. So that was the result of this wax. And here is the other side's wax. And all this black stuff that's in there, webbing stuff, is their droppings. This is not fun, you guys. Don't let this happen. Don't be like me. Take my advice on certain things, but do not mimic all of it, because I am slightly irresponsible sometimes. But I know what I'm doing. I can always build it back up. It's just like, this was just a waste of money and was just stupid. I mean, it didn't fully ruin my equipment. I can clean it up, but it's like waste of time, which in turn is a waste of money. And then when you look in the bottom, that's all the poop. Give this to your kids as a toy, almost. It's like slime. That was a joke. Don't do that. Like I said, don't take my advice all the time. This is toxic. Oh, how nice. I didn't fully ruin this side. And I'm just gonna have to scrape off all that stuff. Take my advice, folks. Don't take my advice when I tell you, oh, I went ahead and didn't open them from summer and beyond. Don't do that. I've had it work, but don't do that. All right, so it's been a long day of cleaning things up out in the bee yard, and I'm still not completely done. Unfortunately, the wax moths had gotten a hold of a decent half of these or so, lost you know, maybe a couple frames in the process worth of wax, but nothing like too crazy. A lot of these do still have like all their wax or all their comb inside. So it looks like I've lost 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. I think I have a few more left out there. Like, I'm definitely not going to sit here and act like I don't lose bees. I definitely lose bees. I don't treat my bees, and I just typically don't lose them to Varroa. I usually lose them because of other issues. So I lose bees. Like, that's just how it is. And like I've always said, I'm always transparent on how all that goes each year. But as you can see, I definitely lose bees each year, and I'm just going to do my best to try to kind of recuperate and recover from it this year and do a better job this time around. I noticed that my boxes seem to be attracting quite a bit of bees just from having them sitting here. Yeah, that's probably mainly just due to the smell of wax, just the smell of potential honey, and I think they're checking to see if there is maybe some honey in there that they can rob out. And there might possibly be, like this one probably has just a little bit of something in it that they're going after. And that's okay. And I'm sure it's all my bees anyway. Well, that's all for this one, folks. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.